Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are totally demystifying Anthropic's advanced developer ecosystem. And honestly, we're going to completely upgrade your AI tool belt. We'll be exploring how the absolute latest models and tools are just fundamentally changing how we interact with AI. We're talking about a massive shift, moving away from those simple back-and-forth chats and stepping into the world of highly sophisticated, fully autonomous systems.
So let's kick things off with a bit of a provocative question. How do you actually move beyond basic chatbots and teach an AI your organization's exact workflow? I mean, think about it. Anyone can ask an AI to churn out a generic email or a quick snippet of code, right? But how do you get it to consistently follow your company's specific style guide, or access your proprietary databases, or execute complex, multi-step tasks exactly the way a senior developer would? Well, that is the exact problem we're solving today.
Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with the AI developer ecosystem, move into mastering prompt engineering, then meet Claude Code, followed by building agent skills, and finally, deploying and testing those skills.
Section 1, the AI developer ecosystem. Now, to really grasp the tools, we first need to understand the environment they live in. And right now, we are witnessing a massive, fundamental shift from simple chat interfaces to deep agentic workflows. We're basically moving from prompt and response setups to fully autonomous, context-aware agents operating right there in your environment. These general-purpose agents are now entirely capable of interacting with full computing environments and your local file systems. So instead of that tedious copying and pasting of code snippets into a browser window, you've got agents operating directly inside your terminal or your IDE. It's wild. They can complete these incredibly complex tasks across different domains because they actually understand the context of your entire project. They're running local code execution, navigating your files, and just getting the job done autonomously.
Section 2, mastering prompt engineering. Now to actually control these powerful agents, especially a model like Claude 4.7, we absolutely need to update how we communicate.
We really have to break our old habits here. Let's compare the approaches. The old habit might be something like telling the AI, do not use Markdown in your response. But the Claude 4.7 best practice, it's telling it to write the prose sections of your response in smoothly flowing prose paragraphs tags. Claude 4.7 is essentially a literal genie. It follows instructions explicitly. So instead of telling it what not to do, you need to tell it exactly what to do. By wrapping your instructions, your context, and your examples in clear, descriptive XML tags, you're removing all ambiguity. This is exactly what helps Claude parse those complex tasks perfectly.
Okay, so the really crucial update to talk about here is the new effort parameter. This is a total game changer for trading off intelligence and token spend. You've got levels ranging from max down to low. That extra high setting, that should be your absolute go-to for coding and autonomous agents. It gives the model the breathing room it needs to reason through complex architectures. But hey, for simple, latency-sensitive tasks, just drop it down to low to save yourself time and money.
And all of this is powered by something called adaptive thinking. This is a feature where Claude dynamically calibrates when and how much to think based entirely on that effort parameter we just talked about, plus the query's complexity. So instead of you sitting there manually managing a token budget, Claude just dynamically figures it out. It handles multi-step tool use natively, without you ever having to micromanage the process.
Moving on to Section 3, meet Claude Code. Now that we know how to talk to the model, let's check out the tool that's actually going to execute these autonomous workflows for us. Claude Code is an incredibly powerful agentic coding tool. But what makes it truly special is that it lives exactly wherever you already work. We're not just talking about a web interface here. You can run it natively right in your terminal CLI using Homebrew or Winget. You can use it as a Visual Studio Code extension, a JetBrains plugin, or even as a standalone desktop app, which is amazing for reviewing visual diffs side by side. It literally reads your code base, edits files, creates commits, and runs commands across all your favorite environments.
But you might be wondering, how does it actually know your specific project? Well, it follows this brilliant progressive context workflow. Step 1 is instructions. You just drop a claude.md file right in your project root. Every time a session starts, Claude reads this to instantly absorb your specific architecture rules and coding standards. Step 2 is auto memory. As Claude works, it automatically saves debugging insights and build commands across sessions, so no more retyping the same things over and over. And Step 3 is tool integration. It connects to external tools and data, like your company's Jira or Google Drive, using the Model Context Protocol, or MCP.
All right, Section 4, building agent skills. This is the third and honestly the most powerful upgrade to your tool belt. This is where the whole shebang really comes together. I absolutely love this analogy from the Anthropic engineering team. Think of it like this. MCP provides the kitchen, but skills provide the recipes. Imagine the model context protocol as this high-end professional kitchen. It has all the ingredients, the ovens, the super sharp knives. But, a kitchen doesn't just cook a meal on its own. Agent Skills are those step-by-step recipes. MCP gives you the raw connectivity and tool access, while Skills bring the actual domain knowledge and best practices for exactly how to use those tools.
So what exactly is an agent skill, technically speaking? Well, it's actually incredibly straightforward. It's just an organized folder on your computer containing a skill.md file alongside any custom scripts, templates, or resources. Claude then loads this folder dynamically to massively improve its performance on very specialized tasks. This is what transforms a general-purpose agent into your own specialized expert. You could build a skill that acts as a custom onboarding guide for a new hire, or maybe one that perfectly formats your company's incredibly specific PDF reports.
Now, the reason these skills don't just completely overwhelm the AI's memory is due to a smart design principle called progressive disclosure. It operates across 3 levels. Level 1 is the YAML front matter. This metadata is loaded into the system prompt, so Claude knows the skill is there to be triggered. Level 2 is the skl.md body. These are the full instructions, but they are only loaded if Claude decides the skill is actually relevant to your current task. And Level 3 contains any linked files, those bundled scripts and docs that can navigate it only as needed. This setup ensures your agent only ever loads the exact amount of context it requires at any given moment, which keeps everything lightning fast and super cost-effective.
You've got to pay really close attention to that Level 1 YAML front matter, though. If you get this metadata wrong, Claude will literally just ignore your skill. It is incredibly picky. The name parameter, it has to be strictly kebab case. No spaces, no capitals at all. Think something like Notion-project-setup. Your description absolutely must include what the skill does and the specific trigger phrases you want users to say. Oh, and a quick heads up on what's prohibited. Keep XML angle brackets and the words Claude or Anthropic completely out of the name for security reasons.
Section 5. Deploying and testing skills. All right, we've designed our recipes. Now, how do we actually evaluate them and get them deployed across the whole organization?
Before you go sharing a skill, you really need to rigorously evaluate it in 3 distinct steps. This prevents it from over-triggering or causing annoying API failures down the line. Step 1, triggering tests. You want to ask Claude obvious and paraphrased questions just to make sure the skill actually wakes up when it's supposed to. Step 2, functional tests. Actually run the workflow to verify that those external API calls succeed and that edge cases are covered. And step 3, performance comparison. Compare your token usage and the number of tool calls against a baseline workflow where the skill wasn't used. You want to prove that your skill actually makes things more efficient.
Now, if writing YAML files and markdown instructions from scratch sounds a bit intimidating, don't sweat it. Anthropic actually provides this built-in tool called the Skill Creator. It's fantastic. You just chat with it, and it interactively generates your YAML front matter, writes out your step-by-step instructions, and even sets up validation gates for you. You can literally go from a rough idea to a fully functional skill in like 15 to 30 minutes. It's a total breeze.
Once your skill is totally ready to go, distributing it is incredibly flexible. Because agent skills are built on an open standard, which you can find documented at agentskills.io, they aren't locked into just one single platform. You can zip the folder and upload it manually to your cloud.ai settings. You can just drop it right into your local .cloud plugins directory for Claude Code. Or if you're working at an enterprise scale, you can manage and deploy these skills directly to your team through the API using the v1/skills endpoint. It's such a seamless way to distribute your customized institutional knowledge across your entire organization.
Wow, we have covered a massive amount of ground today. We've upgraded your prompts, we've looked at integrating agentic coding right into your local environment, and we've learned exactly how to package complex workflows into reusable agent skills. We've given you the tools and the framework, so I want to leave you with this final thought to explore on your own. What unique workflows, what specific domain expertise will you package into your first skill? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy building.